Hello YouTube land, Mr. Spank again. It is Friday, September 18, day 1 of Zendikar Rising pre-release. I got these from King's Games in Brooklyn and a bunch of other stuff that will probably end up in part 3 of this. So part 1 here, we are doing pre-release pack number 2. Just like the first one, I want to hear in the comments your thoughts and ideas on what type of limited, right? Well, you're constructing it, but it's limited. I'm still getting the hang of all these terms. So if this was an actual pre-release event and you were building a deck, I want to know what you would have ended up building. So in the first video, just what came out of that pack, I want to know what you guys would, decks you build out of that, the idea I like the most, and from the comments I will end up building and play one of the decks and have my girlfriend play the other deck. So, what color did I get? Green. Ooh, it's a clear green. That's a first one for me. I like it. Green's my favorite color. Is that a sign? So, we've got our instructions here on how to make our little pre-release decks, the different tools. Is our multi-tool here? Swiss Army knife that I got a couple of already? No? Okay. Moving on. So our special card is a Skyclave Relic. It's indestructible. Artifact for 3. Enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, create 2 tap tokens that are copies of this thing. Ooh. Add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so it's like a manolith, but you can kick it and then have more. But usually, if you already have 6 mana, you don't need more. Man, this should really be like a common or an uncommon or something, because if you already have 6 mana, you can pretty much cast anything. Ugh. That's a disappointing one. Alright, so this is going to have my arena code on it. I'll put that to the side. Another one of these dividers. Same color as the one that was there. I don't know if they're ever different. Okay. Oh, we got 3 of this lady this time and only 1 of, what's her name? Alright, that's not important. You guys didn't come here for that. And I appreciate you coming in and tuning in and sticking around, because my videos go needlessly long, I guess. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Alright. He was in the earlier pack. This was in the earlier pack. This was in the earlier pack. This was in the earlier pack. Blood price. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest to the bottom of your library in any order. You lose 2 life. Okay, well, this feels more like a blue spell except for losing life there. You know, I expect the black to be like, look at something, grab something, and then goes to your graveyard. Alright, vanquish the weak. Zendikar is not for the weak, apparently. Destroy a target creature of power 3 or less. 3 mana, though? I mean, 3 mana gets us a murder, which will murder anything. So, oops, sorry about that. So that's kind of lame. 3 mana for limited murder. Seagate Colossus. This guy looks kind of cool. 7 mana, though. So 7 mana Golem Warrior. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Okay. Meh. Ghoul draws Mucklord. I mean, it's just a crocodile, though. When Ghoul draws Mucklord dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Risen Riptide. Whenever you cast a kick spell, Riptide has power, base, and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. Okay, that's a cool elemental thing. Okay. I mean, on flavor, this gets points. You know, the more you kick it, the bigger the waves are. Okay, 3 mana for vanilla 3/3 Brute. Meh. It's a Troll Warrior. Meh. Paired Tactician. Whenever paired Tactician and at least one other warrior attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Oh, okay, well that's kind of useful. And another base camp. Concerted Defense. Counter target creature spell unless its controller pays 1 plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. Well, I mean, there is some value to a 1 mana counter spell. Kazundu Mammoth. Landfall. Okay, so 3 mana for 3/3, good start. Landfall. Enters the battlefield under your control. This thing gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Not bad. And does the flip land come into play tapped? It does come into play tapped. I don't know how I feel about him yet. Honestly, just the creature alone is good. It'd been better if the flip land came into play untapped, though. And we got another of these write-in cards. Okay. More of what we had in the first pack. Ardent Electromancer. Enters the battlefield, add 1 red mana for each creature in your party. Otherwise, it's a 3/2 for 3. Negate. That's a classic spell. Counter target non-creature spell for 2 mana. Mind Drain. That was in the other one. Gnarled Colony was in the other one. Cunning Gyromage was in the other one. Seagate Banneret was in the other one. Spare Supplies was in the other one. Scale the Heights was in the other one. 2 of these were in the other one. Veteran Adventurer. Just a human. 6 mana for 5/5 human. That also counts as a cleric, rogue, warrior, and a wizard. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. And this guy has vigilance. So potentially, this is a good card. Merfolk Windrobber. Strange merfolk in this Zendikar. 1 blue for a 1/1 flyer. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player mills a card. Ooh. Sack it. Draw a card. Activate this ability only if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard already. Okay. And our flip card is 2 mana for creatures your opponents control get -2/-0 until end of turn. And a tapped blue land, yes. And our second mythic is the same mythic as our first mythic that I don't understand. Is this good? How are you supposed to play this guy? He does, I mean, aren't mythic cards supposed to be really good? I mean, I don't even see how good at all he is. Please, somebody, clue me in. I don't understand. Why is this a mythic? Moving on. But seriously, I do want to hear from you in the comments with those deck lists to use, and I do want to hear answers to my questions. Zulapur Duelist, he was in the first one. Resolute Strike. I think this was in the first one. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's a warrior, you may attach an equipment you control to it. Yeah, that sounds familiar. This was definitely there. Deliberate. Scry 2, then draw a card. Okay. Reclaim the Wastes. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. If this spell was kicked, search your library for 2 basic land cards instead. So for 4 mana, draw 2 basic land cards. Could be very useful with all the landfall stuff. This guy was definitely in an earlier one. Skyclave Squid. Fancy art for a 3/2 wall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Sky Squid can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. Canopy Baloth. It's a beast. It's got landfall. 4 mana for a 4/3, and landfall is +2/+2. Had one of those already. Had 2 of those. Sure-footed Infiltrator. Merfolk Rogue. I tell you, these Merfolk of Zendikar. 4 mana for a 2/3. Tap another untap rogue you control. This thing can't be blocked. Whenever this thing deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, there was one of him also. And there was one of him also. Nahiri's Lithoforming. 2 red and X. Sacrifice X lands. For each land sacrificed this way, draw a card. You may play X additional lands this turn. Lands you control enter the battlefield tapped. Is this good? Is this what good looks like? Educate me. I need it. Educate me in the comments. Alright, halfway through pre-release pack number 2. Shell Shield. Instant for 1 blue, kicked for 1 generic. Target creature you control gets +0/+3 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature also gains hexproof until end of turn. Another one of this. And another one of that. Another one of this guy. Nope. Pretty sure I saw him in this pack. Yep. Okay, what are you? Marauding Blight Priest. She looks cool. She definitely looks cool. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. 3 mana for a 3/2. Yeah, I got use for you, lady, for sure. Another one of this. Or is it the first one in this pack? I guess the first one in this pack. Broken Wings. Destroy an artifact, an enchantment, or a creature with flying. Expedition Diviner. As long as you control another wizard, this guy has, when this creature dies, draw a card. Otherwise, 3/2 flyer for 4 mana. Spitfire Lagak. Lizard. The 4 mana for a 3/4 with landfall. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. Nahiri's Binding. Enchant creature or planeswalker. Or planeswalker. See, the other video I was saying, like, this is just an arrest for different mana, but same amount of mana. I totally spaced on the part about planeswalker. So this is an arrest that you can cast on a planeswalker or a creature. So that makes more sense. That makes it better, yes. Demon's Disciple. Human Cleric. 3 mana for a 3/1. Enters the battlefield. Each player sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker. Yes. I think thematically this guy would go well with those M21 1 mana for 1/1 black with lifelink, and it dies. And if you summon it back from the grave into the game, comes back out, you sacrifice it, and it becomes a 5/5 demon. Can't remember the name of the card, but I could see thematically and functionally how these guys could go together. Thundering Spark Mage. I feel like there's kind of a Celtic thing going on here. No? Am I the only one feeling it? When Thundering Spark Mage enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Otherwise, it's just a 4/4 creature for 2. Instant. This target creature you control gains protection from a color of your choice until end of turn. Otherwise, it's a tapped plains. Yeah. And another one of her, but this one's not shiny. But she seems like a good card. Oh, another one of this thing. At least it's shiny. Core Warrior. What spell makes these guys? Alright. 2/3 through pack number 2. Now, I'm going to end this video after the next pack, and then the third video will be all the extras. Oh, look. Another one of that. And one of these that was in the other pack also. Drana Silencer. Drana Silencer enters the battlefield. Target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. So it's a 3/2 vampire rogue with that ability for 6 mana. Might of Murasa. 2 mana gets us +3/+3 until end of turn, but if it was kicked for another 3 mana, it gets +5/+5. More spare supplies. Another one of these guys. Another one of these guys. Was this in this pack? Yeah, it was. Ooh, another one of her. Yeah. Okay. Was she in this pack? No, I guess she was in the first pack. Ugh, another one of these. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna buy that booster box now. I mean, I feel mostly disappointed with these pulls. Another one of him. Another one of this guy. No, or is this different? No, this is a different one. Okay. 2 mana for 1/1 with double strike, and equipped warriors you control have double strike. That's cool. I like this one. Maybe I should complain more and I'll start pulling better cards. Elf Wizard for 3 mana. He's a 2/3. Enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, all creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. Okay, so you gotta kick him to do a taunt. And our flipper here is a Kalni Ambush. 3 mana. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. And we get ourselves a tapped forest. Yes. Magmatic Channeler. As long as there are 4 or more instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard, this thing gets +3/+1. Discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them, you may play that card this turn. Alright, there's a lot going on, so this thing seems to have potential. Why did they? I'd rather have a token than an ad. I know about Arena. I'm on Arena. I don't need I don't need more ads. These ads are lame. They're disappointing. Really feel like it's a waste of cardboard. Why don't you advertise on the actual pack? Put it on the pack. Save money from printing more cardboard that can't be played with. Seafloor Stalker, so pulled up on him before. Resolute Strike, I think definitely one in the first pack. Was there one in this pack too? Yes, there was. Okay. Ardent Electromancer, was this one in this pack? There was at least one in the other pack. Nope, it was this one. Blood Beckoning. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Yep. This was at least in the other one. Adventure Awaits. That was definitely in the other one. Hagra Constrictor. Was this on the other one? It's 3 mana for 0/0 with 2+1/+1 counters on it. Each creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it has menace. Don't think that was in the other one. Skyclave Squid. Defender with landfall. So 2 mana gets us a 3/2 squid wall. And the landfall lets the squid attack. Okay. Ugh, another one of these. Yep. There was one in the first pack, 2 in this pack. Glacial Grasp. Tap target creature. Its controller mills 2 cards. This was in the other one. Oh, there we go. There was 2 in the first pack and 2 in this pack. Except that one at least had alternate art. Shadow Stinger. Tap another untap rogue you control. This guy gains Death Touch until end of turn. Whenever this guy deals damage to a player, that player mills 3 cards. Tasty. Relic Vial. 3 mana. As long as you control a cleric, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. 2, sack a creature, draw a card. This has potential. Song Mad Treachery. 5 mana. Gain control of a creature until end of turn. Untap it. Gains haste. Okay. Or tapped land, right? Yeah. Myriad Construct. 4 mana for 4/4. Good start. It's got a kicker of 3. If it was kicked, enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each non-basic land my opponent controls. And when this thing becomes a target of a spell, sacrifice it. Target creature, create a number of 1/1 construct artifacts equal to its power. So, has to be a spell, can't be an ability. Target of a spell, not an ability. Alright, that was all 6. So guys, which one was better? I have a feeling the first pack was better. So, don't forget, comments. Put it in the comments your potential limited deck builds out of this pack. What would have you built out of this if this was an actual on-site pre-release event? My favorite builds I will actually assemble and play against my girlfriend. So, I am waiting on your comments. Hope to actually see some. I'm new to this, still don't know what I'm doing. I'm new to making stuff for YouTube. I've been out of the Magic scene in about 20 years. I get back into it and the whole world shuts down. So, haven't had a chance to play against anyone in person other than my girlfriend in about 20 years. So, this is going here. Sorry about that. Rookie move. Like I said, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Amateur moves. All right. So we still have these bonus packs that the store provided me with. I don't think I'd be able to use them during the pre-release. Or would I? I don't know. House rules. I don't know how that goes. And then they aren't selling these yet, but they were giving them out as promos. And they're still giving these out. So, next video, I'm opening these up. Thank you for tuning in. I really want to see those comments. Oh yeah, ring bells and stuff with the things. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying tuned. See you around, YouTube land. Professional.